Hey guys, welcome back to Rising Angels Reborn. The heat. Even though I knew that this place was going to be warm, this is almost unbearable. I hope there is some sort of ancient power that we are disturbing. I could use a nice thunderstorm overhead right now. Like an unmerciful god, the sun beats down on my latest disaster. The site is absolutely trashed, and I forgot to pause Netflix. There we go. Did the researchers go mad from sunstroke? Bridge, this is the ground team. Already on it, you are alone, Major. Very nice, thank you. Suck up. I don't know, Soul has already gave me my first clue. What do you have to counter? Bah, give me 5 minutes. Captain Moonfollow, I want you to look for signs of disturbed soil. Faye, where'd she go? To study a cactus or something. I'll look for your piles of disturbed sand. She's also gone before I get a chance to fully explain what I want done. I bite my lip, try not to let my annoyance get the better of me. Sorry, we had the most important assignment of all. Do you feel anything? This is going to sound silly, but how many times do I have to say my security officer's perspective is the most important when it comes to safety? I don't know how so. He keeps track of things like that. Maybe I will. Well, I can't feel anything on the wind, but my gut is screaming warnings at me. Something feels off. Think it is the heat? Perhaps the tattered campsite is disturbing you? I like the heat. It makes me feel happy and at ease. It's almost like being back home again. You're a strange person, Zuri. This heat is killing me. I'm starting to think the researchers melted. But the claw marks, it's a joke. I knee down next to the tattered remains of makeshift tent. The better supplies must have been left at the original site. That isn't much more than canvas and poles. Still, the canvas is thick and durable. I try to tear it with my bare hands, but I can't even manage to rip a single thread. Something strong or large destroyed this site. The cards aren't very clean. They aren't that precise measure I would expect from someone using a knife or machete. These scars are wild. Are you sure you don't feel anything on the wind? Large felines, perhaps? Nothing. It's calm, peaceful. It's just like how the monks told me inner peace felt. Hey, don't worry. Nothing is going to happen to you as long as I'm around. I'm your protector. I'm not concerned, Zuri. You're here. You don't need to worry about me. But I like to worry about you. That's sweet. Natalie, what is it? It's an audio log. You need to hear this. Oh, that sounds too good. You should have waited to play it until I was there. Damn your pride, listen. If he's getting gruff even with me, there is something early important and damning on this. My heart flutters a bit as I consider what sorts of intrigue await me. We have it. Though our blood may soak these dunes, by God we have it. I can hear howls in the background, not feline, but guttural? What the hell is a guttural? Anyway, they're hard to hear over the sounds of shifting sands. Though we paid the ultimate price, we have it. We have the key to the entire universe. Though my team has given their lives in pursuit of this, I am now the caretaker of the universe. Their blood draws them near. I do not have much time left in this world, but I will do what must be done. I will be the patron saint that they demand I become. Nobody will be able to stop what I am about to do. I have to take the step to the heavens with no challenge from the masses. I do this for everyone. I do this for everyone. I do this for everyone. The universe is in my hands. The garbled pain tone fades to static. The universe in his hands. Did the researchers truly find a weapon of mass destruction? I can only presume so. What are we going to do? What can we do? We need to finish up our investigation for any additional clues. Every second we sit here twiddling our thumbs, that mad scientist is running rampant with a device we know nothing about. No key of the universe should be out there and not be accounted for. First I'm hasty, now I'm slow. There are times and places for both. This is not the time to be slow or hesitant. So, what if we are understanding this? Or if there is something bigger than... What is bigger than this? I don't know, but one data pad doesn't give us a guaranteed path to our objective. This little recording is nothing more than speculation. We can afford 5 minutes to ensure we do this right. I'm not going to win on this, am I? Alright, I wanted to confirm that there are no other computers in this camp anyway. Damn, I'm doing what I did last video. I'm sitting here reading through it and I'm not paying attention. I keep going off in daydreams. I hope I'm not rereading stuff or anything. We should be fine. Wait, what? We should find some here. Oh, okay. I doubt it. That message confirmed my suspicions that whoever we are chasing doesn't want anyone to know what they are pursuing. Damn, I need to know my words better. Then why would they leave this message? Why do criminals leave any sort of message to taunt their pursuers? That message doesn't give us any more knowledge than the person is dangerous. I'm going to do a full detailed investigation of this campsite. With your permission or not, I'm not going to be hasty. So Lieutenant Starr's dead parents are worth being risky, but my trying to prevent mine from dying. Wait, I gotta reread this. So Lieutenant Starr's dead parents are worth being risky, but my trying to prevent mine from dying isn't worth the same value, and mine is worth more than me. Get back to the shuttle, the heat screen with your mind. Whatever. Maybe just messing with mine as well. I can barely keep the sweat out of my eyes. My water intake isn't keeping up. Major Brumford will be screaming at me right now. I'll be quick. Yeah, that will fix everything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, just like before. I put myself into the limited shade of a ravaged tent. Who cares about the stupid radio? I should have brought her another liter or two of water. The racist grump is still sitting in this nice, climate-controlled shuttle. Lousy jerk. This would go so much faster if he would just apologize to me and help out. You don't look so good. Your face is all red. Just a bit of a headache. That's no good. Here. So he tosses me a worn leather boat. I run my finger over the frying stitching and scuff the brown leather. This canteen has been through a few beatings. I made it when I was still a hatchling. A wandering elder showed me how to make it. Really strong and tough, just like me. Crafting, odd hobby for a warrior. You have to learn how to do when you're a warrior. You won't always have what you need in the heat of battle. So non-combat related skills have their place when you're a warrior. You're not going to give up on trying to claim you're a warrior, are you? Not until you realize the truth. And I won't stop until you see the truth. I take a few swigs of cool, refreshing water. Even little boons like this are enough to keep me going. Find anything? Only this. I toss Soul's Discovery to her while she plays it. I check myself by watching the shifting sands. I don't need to hear that there warning again right now. That's life, I suppose. It's just like these shifting sands. Everything seems to be a constant movement. I'm having a hard time keeping up. The winds of fate seem to be blowing everything around on me, never leaving the truth uncovered for long. But there is no wind here now that I think about it. What could be shifting? Sir, you said you didn't feel anything in the air, right? Nope. What about the ground? Slight tremors, but I figured they were. Where are Captain Moonfire and Lieutenant Starr? Over by the... A sharp, piercing scream breaks the moment of dread in my heart. Too slow, too late. Captain Moonfire, stay here. I can help you. Just me, stay here. I can help, let's go. Yep. We need help now, let's go. Stay put. No, I'm in charge of this operation. I'm helping. Looks like Commander Rasuna's gonna add to my charges. If I had a chance to understand what she meant by that, Zuri swings her tail and sends me flying off my feet and into the sand. How dare she? I try to scramble up to my feet to grab her, but she's already on the move towards the source of the screaming. Like speeding bullets, Zuri is skimming over the sand dunes. Her speed is something I could never match. Her boots look like they aren't even touching the ground. Wait, they aren't. In a heartbeat, I understand why she was the only one who could do this. Whatever is in those shifting sands would have me dead without a fight. Why didn't I think about that? Why I'm not reacting fast enough? Why am I not understanding enough? I want to blame this heat, but I know the real answer is in my head. But if I can't help, what use am I here? Now if I refuse to think like that, there has to be something I can do. I yank my radio at my pack. Soul, come in. What, tired chasing after nothing? It's going to pay me to say this, but not nearly as bad as Faye or Kika died because of my lack of judgment. You were right, we have bigger issues to worry about. There's something moving under the sand, and I think it attacked Moonfire and Star. Roger, I'm running the takeoff checklist right now. Where are they? Zuri took off to save them. Then Godspeed to her. Get on board. Not until they are here. I'm not having this fight. Get on the shuttle. I'm not moving until I have my entire team here. Call me stupid, but nobody is getting left behind on my watch. Roger. In the distance, I can see what appears to be a wild storm of sand blowing towards me. At the head of it is Desperate Zuri with Faye and Kiko under her arms. We need to go. Those things chug along at a super fast pace. Kika? Faye, what are those things? I don't see them under her arms. Faye's eyes are closed. The torso of her uniform is stained in dark red fluid of her blood. Numerous cuts and claw marks decorate her. We need to go get her to the doctor. Nelson now. So, we need to go now. I may have killed her. My biologist and roommate might have just paid the price for not keeping my head in the game. So if I didn't argue with Zuri, they would be fine. Kika, get the doctor now. Soul, I need you. Just like that, he's gone. He abandoned me when I needed him to help me get through this. Zuri has been doing her best to give Faye aid with our emergency kits, but the blood, more than once, I almost lost my lunch. I had to hide away in the cockpit with a silent soul. Kika, I need you to put pressure on this wound. Kika, she's gonna die if you don't help. Right, I can do this. So I'm guessing she must be squeamish against gore. That's right, we need you. We need Hero Navigator Star. She's my minion. They expect this from me. Right here, right there. Major Pukao. Tell me when you run off like that, Saul. Kika with a focus, and we didn't have time to waste, just like now. Time to prove your worth, Colonel. Well, you see, you keep telling me that we have to keep you around for situations like this. Situation happened. Do something. Have you stabilized the bleeding? I'm trying, but those things must have some sort of venom in their claws. I'm having a hard time. Well, alas, our anti-venom supply is drastically small. Just little I can do to aid her. But what about that box? I mean, never mind. What box? Perhaps our lovely quartermaster means my most recent shipment of medicines. Perhaps she is right, and there may be enough for our dear blue-eyed friend. There better be. I also want a full report on what was contained in that box. Think that you think ill of me at a time like now, no matter. Come, let us take her to my lab. Major Pukar, I want a full report. Commander, there's a lot of time. We need to send the ship in pursuit of the shuttle, whose route we checked earlier. Then have Major Tenzin take care of it, and I'll waive the safety regulations about being shoved in. I want to know what happened down there. Kika, I need you to tell all the coordinates to follow. Are you sure you can handle that? Of course I can. Leave everything to me. Report to the bridge as soon as you are done. I want your story as well. Now, am I going to explain this? That recording was the one thing you found down there. Yes, ma'am. I did a thorough sweep of this site and did not find anything else of value. Just like the previous site, everything had been stripped of information. 2 hours at the ground site, and that was all you were able to discern? Yes, ma'am. I've heard tales about how the Cytos were monsters out discovering even the most hidden truth. This performance is not living up to those standards. Yes, ma'am. Did you take photographs of either ground site for later study? Of course not, Major Foucault. Did you ensure that your security officer had performed her check to ensure safety of my crew? Oh, now she is my security officer. I did. We ensured that all protective measures were taken. So you let Kupta Moonfall out of your line of vision. She was within shutting distance and had Lieutenant Starr with her. How could I have not foreseen this? Correct. You all made the right choice at the start. When you heard from this recording that their team had been attacked, did you deem it important to notify them? That's my fault, ma'am. So? I was agitated when Major Pukar and started a fight with her. She was going to notify Captain Moonfollow, but I pulled her away from it. The error in judgment resides with me. Don't let him lie to you. I was the one who cared more about finding more clues. They're both wrong, Commander. I just watched them fight instead of doing anything to break it up. You all screwed up equally. As a working officer in charge of this operation, I bear responsibility for what happened out there. Major, you will learn as you command that there are times when you could have prevented a catastrophe. Hindsight will always be perfect. You screwed up today in a way that could have been prevented. You let emotions drive you and let your guard down. Captain Moonfollow had to pay for that mistake. But mistakes happen. Learn from them. Tell me what happened to Captain Moonfollow. I can explain that. By all means. Faye was investigating some wild flowers she had noticed on the fringes of the camp. The pup thought it was really strange because it was the only flora she had found. What were you doing? Thinking. So both of your guards were down, and you were outside the vision range of Lieutenant Zuri. Well, I'm sorry. We thought everything was safe. Bearing. I'm sorry if my bearing isn't rock hard right now. I'm a little shook up. Well, I mean, I'm staring up into space. Next there was these things leaping out of the sand. They were like large fish with stingers grafted to their tails. These long, curved, ghastly things that reminded me of the night sky. They were on top of Faye before I could do anything. I tried to beat them off Faye, but they just swarmed all over her. I beat them and hit them, but they just kept coming. It meant something, right? She might have been gravely injured, but I saved her life. We will see in time, Lieutenant Zuri. Does that match your impression of them? Swarm was the best way to describe them. I think the campsite was on top of their nest. They could have been used as a defense from intruders set up by the researchers. I don't think so. I think they were meant to protect whatever the researchers uncovered, like the thunderstorm. Could these have defenses against intruders? The idea is bleak, but strangely reassuring. There could have been tougher defenses if this device was truly dangerous. The calm in Suna's face tells me she came to the same conclusion. Are either of you injured? Like they could hurt me. A couple of scratches, nothing serious. The stingers didn't get me, so no poison to worry about. All of you except Lieutenant Zuri return to duty. We will need all hands prepared for whatever awaits us at our destination. Where is it, ma'am? Deep space. No worlds out there. We are jumping into the depths of darkness. Our supplies are limited, so I'm ordering us move to Vat 2. Okay. I've survived on ration level 2 before, but I don't like it. Smaller portions, nothing wasted. You messed up, but complete the objective. We can do better next time. Dismissed. Yes, ma'am. Come on, Zuri. Let's stop at my lab before I walk you back to your room. I want to take a look at your wounds. Not going to experiment on me, are you? Experiment? Perhaps. There might be information on where these things came from if they were a genetic weapon. I was kidding. That's why you don't joke about those sort of things around Natalie. I remember that. Sure you will. Let's get back to the Bridge Star. We will want to hear all about how you beat back swarms of mutant fish. Fine, have fun playing doctor. Let's go, Zuri. Here you are. Going to take a nap? Not until I've had a look at your wounds. Not the mad scientist. Here I am trying to make sure you are happy and healthy, and you're trying to escape from it. What if those wounds contain the poison? I don't know. Take me to Stan? I'm starting to suspect that our good doctor might be trying to pocket medical supplies on the side. I'd rather be the one to inspect your wounds. Me too. He's very nice to me, but he always asks the strangest questions. What sort of questions? I know, he doesn't ask them to me anymore. After a month or so, he just stopped caring about me or my existence. That's probably for the best. Where were you cut? My hand. Don't worry, I'm fine. Stop glaring at me, please. Hand out. No. Don't make me get a sedative from the doctor. I'm not letting you get away without an inspection. If you insist. I am. You saved Kika and Faye today. A legendary warrior like yourself deserves the best treatment possible. I did. I saved them. Are you impressed? Very. You're not mad about me having to give you... You're not mad about me having to hit you with my tail, right? I tried to be very careful. Normally people stop the other person when they aren't being logical. Your tail had a lot more force. Sorry. Don't apologize. If I would have went with you, those things would have torn me apart. You saved my life today. Almost broke my arm in the process, but you did. While she's distracted with thoughts of being a valiant warrior, I take her coarse hands into mine. Despite her protests earlier, I can see that her hand was sliced up pretty bad. I can see trace amounts of liquor other than blood on her hand. With a small vial and rubber gloves, I gather up as much of the liquid infused blood as I can. I don't remember reading about many animals that can leave notable amounts of venom on their victim. What is it? I'm not quite sure. I want to have it analyzed, though. You don't appear to be showing any signs of contamination. But tell me immediately if you start feeling funny. Knock knock. Not that kind of funny. On a closer inspection, I can see that slice was the right word for it. The cuts are clean and deep. How Zuri manages to go without wincing as I clean up the wounds is remarkable. But why would a wild beast be able to claw up someone in such a perfectly straight and precise manner? This is most peculiar. Go test it. I can see it in your eyes. You really want to go test it. Not until I finish bandaging up your hand. Don't you need to focus on... I don't know what I need right now. Just let me help. There. See, all better. Come on, I want to know what is bugging you. I want to know how you aren't moaning and groaning. Those are some deep cuts. These little scratches? They're nothing. I've gotten roughed up a lot worse. I guess all that physical training has its perks. I walk over to my identifier and pour the fluid into the mixer. Since we were in shift, heading for the furthest reaches of space, I'm not going to be able to use the database. I'm gonna have to hope that this is a common toxin. Yeah, that will happen. The main creatures on some far-off world. Is it going to be... What's that like? It's done. I'll pull up the readout, expecting to see an error. No, it's a result. Tritexa quadratexodon is a toxin designed by a Relton Empire. It's lethal to lupite and kitsune in nearly 65% of direct contact cases. Most symptoms include muscle paralysis, short-term memory loss, but depending on the dose, rapid death. It works on a cellular level by preventing the exchange of oxygen and CO2. Against non-lupite and not kitsune, it had very little effect. Most people don't show any effects even after direct exposure of considerable quantities. That seems like a strange thing for a meat and desert fish to excrete. Perhaps not. Those cuts are too clean to be natural. Computer, how many matches do I have for relative genetic weapons that match the two series descriptions? Click a database of non-relative genetic weapons. This matches 3 potential candidates. Empire did this? Or they were attack scientists? They wanted the weapon for themselves. Obviously, still, something here doesn't make sense. Why would you attack the scientists with strange weapons if you already knew the location? One of the most important rules of warfare is to know your opponent, whoever they wanted to kill, with a lupite or a kitsune. Maybe we are thinking about this the wrong way. Nothing in the researcher's audio log suggested that the creatures who attacked them were fish-like. This is going down the lane, but what if relatives arrived after the scientists? They could have killed the researchers and stolen their data. That would explain why we can't find any information. The last researcher managed to escape with the weapon with the Imperials in pursuit. Our friendly little fishies were meant to prevent us from following them any further. They knew we were coming and had to made a move to stop us. But how could they jam our attempts of understanding if they didn't know we were coming? They knew. The spy on board has been forwarding all of our information to the other Rutlands. The chance to beat us to the punch. I bet the spy is either Kylie or Stan. Just saying, those are my 2 thoughts of who it could be. I need to talk to Faye before Insidious Foe can get to her. She knows something so important that it was worth making sure she died on the planet instead of me. Who would try to kill Faye? Faye's harmless. Or sort of sick mind would attack the innocent. Someone who knew our coordinates, who had direct access to my lab at one point, who has never had an alibi, who could bait Faye into a trap. Well, maybe not Kylie because she wasn't there. Or Stan. So, it was the pink-haired girl. The only person who fits all those coordinations is Kika. She wouldn't try to kill her friend. Wouldn't she? Pride can make people do terribly stupid things. Don't you believe Kika? It's my job to question and assume things until I can determine the truth. You must lead a really sad life, huh? Sad, I guess it is a little sad. Trust is a commodity that I can't afford to have if I want to find the truth. Truth is something I can't have. Trust. I never thought about it like that. I always thought I would be fighting the legions of evil across the galaxy, finding the villains and thwarting them with ease. I never thought I had to think ill about the heartbroken kitsunes who lost their parents. I never thought I'd look suspiciously at a man who ran every day with me to improve my fitness scores. Hey, I'm there for you. Don't look so sad. I'm not sad. Okay, but if you are, you can always talk to me. I might not understand everything, but I can always be there to give you a sympathetic shoulder. It's nice to know at least get you back to your room before the commander starts asking. Yo, if you need me, no door will stop me from helping you thwart the true culprit. Thanks, Zuri. Her soft green eyes twinkle with happiness, and I can feel a little bubble of joy bloom in my heart, knowing I have someone supporting me, even if she's got crazy misconceptions of honor and pride. Gives me hope. If I could find the culprit, find the researcher and his weapon, stop everything, nobody will be able to suspect her anymore. It's weird, I'm considering Zuri's happiness more important of a priority than my promotion. I must be feeling sick or too tired to try to evaluate the situation better. Still, I like this warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart. Posting guard over the entrance to the auxiliary lab where Stan resides is a vigilant soul His eyes are sharp, but his gaze seems to be staring at something more than the metallic door of the lab. How is she doing? The dog or the house cat? Kika says she's fine, but you can see in her eyes. The cat is skittish, jumping at every little noise, barely focusing on her instruments. Elle had to take over. Do you think she knew that she was walking into a hive of dangerous creatures, or that she was going to get her best friend nearly killed? Both. Soul gives me a sad look of understanding. Does he know of my suspicions? Does he know of that foul job I must perform? If she did, those tears are rather convincing. Kika, crying? Strange, right? It turns out the little kitten can mew loudly when she thinks nobody is around. Don't look so happy at her sorrow. Sorry, I just like seeing that hero knock down a peg. You're a monster. If you knew her like I did, you'd be happy to see that she has a humble side. Is that why you are here? So you can rejoice the pain of that mutt you hate so much? How is she doing? Do you care? She woke up for a couple minutes, screaming in pain and terror, crying for someone to make it stop before she passed out again. The bastard ran a test to try and find what she had been poisoned with, but couldn't come up with anything. What? That's what I said. I swear that thing's medical license has to be from some dinky backswater university. He was having trouble just trying to patch up the cuts. Did he say there was anything strange about them? The cuts themselves? No, I'm telling you. Natalie, that Colonel is an absolutely worthless doctor. Worthless or something far worse. In the end, I had to force him to use his precious resources to try and test known antidotes for a cure. Instead of reporting his undocumented covers, he finally found one. She's still unconscious, though. The doctor says she is currently in a coma induced by the chemicals and isn't responding to outside stimuli. So if I wanted to ask her a question, I'm not sure when, if ever, you'll be able to talk with her. That's not reassuring. What am I going to do? Find the culprit, I suppose. Why are you here? You hate Faye. Clearly not strong enough. What does that mean? I don't trust him. I don't trust that bastard, and I don't want him left alone with my dog. She's not a dog, and she's not yours. Fine, my wolf. Not better. When Lena left me, all I was left with my memories and our dog. Forgive me for wanting to protect something precious to me. Faye, the girl I hear you call him on a daily basis, the woman who you treat like garbage, is precious to you. You have a strange way of showing it. You should head to bed. You're still spun up over what happened out there. I guess it's my turn to yell whatever and storm off. I'm sorry about that. I'm just stressed out about my family. I've lost too many people important to me. I don't want to lose more of something I could prevent. I understand, Saul. We're both tired. There's a lot more in play here than a radar station in the middle of nowhere or a battle between two squadrons of starfighters. But it's not right. I don't want to hurt my only friend here. I don't care if the rest of them hate me. That's just part of my job. But you, just try to be nicer to them if you could. My job would be easier. You'd be happier, and we both not be a hair away from snapping. I'll try, but no promises. I'll try to thank you, but no promises. Haha, good night, Natalie. Don't stay here all night. I'll stay as long as I'm needed. He steps back into a resting position, leaning against the wall, parallel to the door. Knowing him, he won't be leaving the spot until Faye gets better. Saul never wants to ask about my suspicions. Never tried to pry information from me. He told me all of his thoughts and concerns about Colonel Nelson being suspicious, but asked him for nothing in return. I want to trust him for now. I will. I will give him my old friend the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to keep getting angry at him. But the way he wants to protect Faye, actions speak louder than words. I think I'll trust him to watch over her. He says such mean things about her, but then he does something like this. But why does he just have to be honest with himself? Either he hates or he likes her. Clean and simple. Why can't things be clean and simple? Stay in Nelson, hiding medicine, not knowing the basics of medicine, being unable to correctly identify the chemical agent. Is he a colonel who just doesn't really practice medicine much, or something more sinister? I don't even give Kylie much thought until now. See, like I said, Stan Kylie. What is she winning on this ship that we don't know about? I could have been more concerned when Saul mentioned getting those Quinn steaks. My eyelids feel heavy. Today has been far too long. Agreed. Bed. I try to keep my mind focused on it so the rampaging demons of my mind Don't consume me right now. I almost put myself into the embrace of my warm sheets, but quit sobbing pulls me from my focus. Kika? Almost a heartbeat. The sobbing stops. The mask of the hero is pulled back on Kika, drops down from her top bunk. Oh, hey. What are you doing here? I thought you'd be thinking about the recording. I could ask you the same question. I thought you were on top. You were on the bridge doing the navigation. Christina threw me out. She seems to think that I'm not emotionally stable enough right now to do basic navigation into uncharted space. Please? Are you? Of course I am. Why don't bother asking me such a stupid question? Are you? Yeah, I'm just fine. I wasn't the one who was attacked after all. How's Wolfie doing? For someone who spends most of her time on uncharted planets, I'm sure she is just fine. I thought this was the first time she had been attacked by monsters. I don't have the heart to tell her that Faye was poisoned. Then again, she may already know. She's sleeping right now. Dr. Nelson is doing his best to patch her up, good as new. I knew it. That's why I chose her to be my minion. I wouldn't choose someone who was a weakling. You have others? Of course, but she's the only one who had orders with me. Blade had to stay behind. Serves him right for not working harder. I would still have liked to send him a message before we made the shift to deep space. We won't be able to communicate out there. Sounds like you miss him. I don't miss him, idiot. I just wanted to make sure that he was taking care of himself. He's a mess without me watching over him. Are you sure you aren't the one who's a mess without him? No, I'm just fine. Things are tough right now, but I'm tougher. Are you sure she's okay? Why don't you go down there and check? Soul's down there right now. Now you've got me worried again. Worried about your friend? I'm not worried about anything. I'm just concerned that my minion is not getting the same care that I would be afforded. But either a subpar doctor or a secret smuggler. You've got low standards for yourself, Lieutenant. Try as you might. That mouth just can't seem to stay up. Kika's hurt emotionally, just like Faye was mauled physically. If I let my heart decide, I would incinerate Kika right now. But I have to maintain my suspicion while the evidence points to her. I can't just let my emotions blind me. Maybe just for tonight, I can let everyone be innocent and be the trusting comrade Kika needs. As I pull myself into bed, the other words of my heart finally let themselves be heard. Don't worry, Kika. We'll find the artifact and go home heroes. Everyone will cheer for us. Nobody will need to be sad or in pain anymore. Right, that's the only logical outcome after all. Well, I'll be going to bed. I'm going to need to be in top form tomorrow. Good night. Good night and good luck to us all. I can't help but stare out the window, my thoughts lost in space. I'm letting my heart and hopes get blended into the mission. Each day that passes, I'm letting myself care about more than just the results. It's scaring me. They said that Faye is still sleeping 23 hours a day. Soul jokes that her sleeping every waking minute a day is nothing new, but it hurts me to think that I may have been responsible. Saito shouldn't let herself care about the people in case if something like this happens. I'm supposed to just brush it aside and keep working. But out here in the depths of space, my armor has been stripped away. My soul faces reality, and the question of my actions are starting to mount up. There's only one time test. There's only one time tested thing I can do to recover from this descent into darkness. Time for some Marino's quest. I reached my data pad, but the familiar weight on my hip wasn't there. And who's spamming me on Facebook could kindly shut up right now? That's right, the crook smashed it. The criminal who escapes my grasp. I guess I can just keep staring out into space. Okay, shut up. Looking out. There we go. I guess I can just keep staring out into space. I wonder if that Facebook spam cut on here because I don't know. Anyways, even now as my mind slips further into insanity, the tune of the greatest game in all of history plays through my mind. I can hear its melody so calming and relaxing. Wait, this is my eroding my sanity, but I'm pretty confident that the music is playing in more than just my head. It is permeating around the bridge. The only person in the bridge is Kika, who has been huddled over her station for a while now. Now I think about it, so much insults about Kika being an avid gamer during my questioning session with Commander. I never got a chance to talk with her about it. No better time now to get my hand on some games. Hey, Kika? Whoa, what? I didn't do anything. Nobody saw me do anything. You can't prove anything. Relax, I just wanted to ask if that was Marino's quest you were playing. Who said I was playing anything? That was the sound of my navigation equipment. It sounds musical to the untrained ear. You're on the spider, boss. Alright, what's your price? My price? You have to rat me out. Lucina always makes me do push-ups, so he yells at me for a few minutes, and Al makes me cover a shift of his. What's your price? That's called punishment. Call it what you will. What's the price? Can I play with you? No, nobody plays on my save file. I understand. I do the same thing in your shoes. But just for today, I will let you watch me. I'm about to tell her where she can stick that boring idea when I remember there's an enemy agent running around. Getting close to one of the suspects might help me. Fine, I'll settle. I walk over to where Kika is sheltering her data pad. Sure enough, there is Marino's quest staring back at me. I hate the spider boss. You and me both. At least it is better than flying the fish boss. Flying fish boss? I don't remember that one. Sure you do. We had to fight it just a couple days ago. I stifle a laugh. Okay, I get it. The monsters that attacked Faye. We should have leveled up outside first. Maybe if you would have shared the strategy guide with the rest of us, things would have gone better. We did the best we could with what we had. Whatever, stop distracting me. Nope. Not wishing to continue my pointless argument, I fall silent and commit to just watching her play my game. Hika isn't bad at the game. Her finger movements are deft and her strategies are precise. However, her fighting style is driving me crazy within seconds. You know you could just use a fire blast too, instead of wasting all of your ability power on spamming fireballs. Yes, but this takes care of the little spiderlings as well. They aren't your biggest concern. You need to burn the boss off before it tries to use web sling. I know that. I like this plan better. But Fire Blast 2 has splash damage as well. Not nearly big enough. It is if you hit it just right. My accuracy is fine, thank you. You're wasting your potions. I have plenty, see? This is why I can't go home. You know nothing about good tactics. Yours are wasteful. It's just a game. Stop saying that. You just don't understand, Soul. I understand that Lieutenant Star is playing games on her watch again. I think I'd rather just pay Soul's price than Miss Chatty's. As much as I love reminding you again and again about your job while on duty, I'm only here to get Natalie. What's wrong? Is it Faye? So, you haven't had anything to eat in 2 days. Has it really been that long? Come on, Natalie. Alright, Saul. Alright, Kika. Consider what I said about the Fire Blast too. No. Some people are hopeless when it comes to the best ways to win games. I guess that's true. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to end it here. Click the quick save. It's a pretty nice long video. So yeah, just want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.